in Suffolk. There's a real buzz around this football club at the moment, and Maidstone players will not be used to this atmosphere. Their average gate is around 1600, but they bought 3.5 times basically that amount. 4,500 are here to support Maidstone, come what may. This is going to be a day that they will never forget. Famous old ground from the days of Sir Alf Ramsey, who did such a great job with Ipswich and went on, of course, to win the World Cup for England in 1966. Cut his teeth here as a manager. Sir Bobby Robson, of course, who led them into Europe, success in the UEFA Cup. And it's Kieran McKenna's school of 2024 that's making all the noise. George Ellakobi, such a nice man, larger-than-life character. He's got a game plan, and it will be effectively stay in the contest as long as we possibly can. Let's take a check on the two lineups then. First of all, Ipswich Town, 10 changes from the starting 11 from the 1-1 draw at Leicester last Monday. Only George Edmondson remains, but club captain Sam Morsey is back from suspension.
Yeah, really important. When he's not in the team, you miss it. You miss him because he gives 100% and he expects that from his team. Brilliant captain. I speak to a lot of the players now, and they all say that they look up to him as a captain, not just as a player, but on and off the field as well. He's a big miss when he's not playing.
As for Maidstone, it's 5 changes from the 1-1 draw at home to Braintree in midweek. Sam Bone, Lamar Reynolds, Liam Sowell and Jacob Barkley Ashipong all return, and a full debut for Dutch striker Manny Duku, who had been playing out in Gibraltar. Very interesting to see how he fares today and how much service he's going to get.
That's the key. That's the key for any centre-forward, particularly against a team that are expected and are better than you. What service can he get? Can he make the right runs? Can he get in the right positions? And if he gets a chance, can he take it? Because they won't get many. If they get one, they need to take it.
Well, it's a beautiful day in Suffolk. It's unusually warm. Has been quite a bite in the weather across the UK in recent weeks, but the temperatures have risen. The sun's out. An Ecuadorian international on loan from Brighton, looking to make a mark today, Jeremy Sarmiento, 21 years old and full of talent.
Yeah, fantastic. Got off the mark as well against Leicester. Really important goal to get the draw. Gets in some good positions. And what I love about him, Amari Hutchinson, is the same. So positive. As soon as he gets the ball, he looks to attack a player, take it on, take them on. And look, there's 29,000 people potentially there today. That's why he gets bums off of seats, because the football he plays. And really looking forward to the spell he's going to have at Ipswich.
Two captains, Morsey and Hoyt. Referee today is very experienced, Anthony Taylor, assisted by Wade Smith, and Alex James, our fourth official today, Tom Neild. Well, you played with him at Colchester. Tell us more about George Ellakobi.
What a man, first and foremost. What a human being George Ellakobi is. Brilliant guy. And I knew he'd step into management. Always was vocal, always spoke really well. Never loses his temper, never loses his rag. Always thoughtful in what he says, and lived a life differently to a lot of us in his upbringing. But it shows, and he's destined to go far in the game. He's already proven this with this historic moment with Maidstone. I'm looking forward to following his career.
Well, I've got goose pimples already just looking at the smiles on the faces of the Maidstone fans as they were chanting their side towards kick-off here. Their support will be tremendous, I'm sure. Very atmospheric ground when things are going well for Ipswich, and they are going very well. Shoni Aluko getting a rare start at the age of 34, gets the match underway for Ipswich in the blue and white, of course, attacking the goal away to our right. And Kieran McKenna having no doubts at all about the depth and the quality to add to that depth in his squad with all the changes.
Yeah, 10 changes, and you know what that's really good about Kieran McKenna is he keeps them happy when they're not playing, and that's a talent in itself, that's a skill in itself for a manager to be able to do that. And you'll see today, everyone knows their jobs. This should be an easy win for Ipswich, but you know what the FA Cup's like, Kev.
Yeah, littered with giant killing acts, and this would be right up amongst the best if Maidstone can surprise us all, and indeed themselves. Youngster Cameron Humphreys playing out at left back. Here he is, just 20 years old. Ipswich rate him highly.
Yeah, he's a good player, Cameron Humphreys. He's normally a midfielder, so left back is not his natural position, but he's one of those players that will give you everything whenever he's playing in whatever position, and he's got a bright future ahead of him, Cameron Humphreys.
Here's Twanzebe. Now Amari Hutchinson, currently on loan to Ipswich from Chelsea. He's looked lively, and his performances mainly off the bench this season. It's Hutchinson's cross. It's kept alive. That's good defending in the end. Broadhead was sniffing the chance. First corner of the game goes to Ipswich.
This is the things to come from Maidstone. It's going to be a long afternoon. Amari Hutchinson, they know he's left-footed. Everyone knows that he likes to bring it back on his left. It was a bit too easy for him to get the cross in. And it was Humphreys at the back post coming in from left back. Should have been a goal kick. I don't know if it's been given a goal kick at the moment, but it was a good chance by Nathan Broadhead, and this just shows you that Ipswich mean business today.
Yeah, it did come off Broadhead last. Officials got the decision right. There's Twanzebe. Plenty of first-team experience at Manchester United for Axel Twanzebe. Played 37 senior games in his time at Old Trafford. Half of those in the Premier League. Played in the Premier League as well with Aston Villa. Here's Humphreys. Sarmiento, tracked by Fowler, former Ipswich player, wearing 5 for Maidstone. Particularly big day for him. Morsey didn't take the shot on, the crowd wanted him to. In by Hutchinson. Play on, says referee Taylor. Jack Taylor. Dominic Ball. Morsey. Ball with the diagonal. Looking for Broadhead. It's well defended by Hoyt. As we expected, Ipswich dominating possession in the opening 4 minutes.
You can see the intent already with Ipswich. They are constantly pushing forward, looking to play the pass forward, not just sideways all the time. They're very deep at the moment, Mason. They've just got to ride this out because it's good play at the moment.
In comes the shot off the post. Hutchinson, good save from the Brazilian Lucas Covolan. Had to get down smartly, and Ipswich so close to the opener.
Yeah, the one off the post, it rebounded back to Amari Hutchinson. It was Sarmiento in that number 10 position. Good strike off the post. He rebounded back to Amari Hutchinson. Done everything right, and it was a good save by Lucas. It was deflected. I think it was off George Fowler, a slight deflection, and his reactions were fantastic. Brilliant save by Lucas.
Well, clearly Maidstone will not be wanting to be in as low a block as they have been for too long. They're not trying to invite Ipswich on, but that's the way it is at the moment, and their ability suggests that the opening goal might not be too far away here. With due respect to Maidstone, Ipswich were not going to underestimate the opposition, even though they are down in the 6th tier. They'll approach this the way they approach every game under Kieran McKenna, professionally. And they've started well.
They know what they have to do, Ipswich. They know that they are massive favourites, and rightly so, how well they're doing in the Championship, how far, 98 positions between them. And Maidstone know what's going to happen. They know they're not going to dominate possession. They know they're going to get hardly any opportunities. They can ride this out, and like we said, if and when they get an opportunity, they need to try and make everything count.
Plenty of time and space here for Edmondson. Sarmiento. Humphreys. Morsey. Ball. Hutchinson. Luco looking for Omari Hutchinson again. It's well defended by Harry Cipriano. Cypriot background. Might have his hands full with Hutchinson. George Elokobi finished his playing career with Maidstone. Only took over 12 months ago, initially as caretaker. A couple of months later, they gave him the manager's job on a permanent basis. Couldn't save them from relegation, though, from the National League to the National League South, but they're going the right way about, bouncing straight back again. Very much in the promotion mix in their league. Nice touch from Taylor. This is Hutchinson. Luco makes a run, trying to open up some space. Hutchinson's shot deflected off the post. Deflected off Sam Corn. And Ipswich have twice hit the woodwork now. But Maidstone have survived by a whisker.
Got a bit lucky. Omari Hutchinson, as he came in, just ricocheted off a few legs, but ended up in his path. Hit a strike. May have come off a hand in the penalty area. Nothing obviously given, deflected, hit the post, but they're looking dangerous. I was listening to the chairman of Maidstone this morning in an interview, Bill Williams, and he said when he watched Ipswich on TV against Leicester, how quick they move the ball, and they'll move it quicker than Maidstone will be used to. And on this showing, he is certainly right, but they've just got to frustrate Ipswich, and at the moment they are doing that.
Hoyt asking for the free kick. Referee Anthony Taylor agrees. A little bit of a waste in that set piece. Just wonder, Darren, if they get free kicks in and around just inside their own halfway line, let's get it towards the box rather than try and play it shortish as they did there.
Yeah, absolutely. Anywhere in the half or in the final third, yeah, of course, get it in the box, get the big men up the field, see if you can give them problems, Ipswich. But that one, as you said, was wasted.
Here's Aluko. Well, that needed to be absolutely precise to find the run of Taylor. But they do have a presence, quite a lot of height in the team, Maidstone. If they can get a set piece or two, that's what they'll be looking for. Maidstone United were once a Football League club back in the late 80s, early 90s. They ran into heavy debt problems and actually went bankrupt in 1992. They had to reform effectively through their youth team, Maidstone Invicta, and drop something like 9 divisions to make their way back. Here's Aluko, it's a lovely pass, onside, Broadhead, good save from Lucas. Well, that's twice he's done well. That's his best stop so far. One-on-one there, Broadhead couldn't take advantage. One back here by Sarmiento. Referee Taylor gives a free kick, foul on Duku.
Brilliant play all round from Sonny Aluko, taking it off of Sarmiento's feet, finding a brilliant through ball to Nathan Broadhead. Probably be disappointed with his finish. Got the first touch okay, just a little bit tentative on the finish, and it's going to be a long afternoon for Lucas. But at the moment, he's up to the challenge. As you said, Kev, it was his best save of the day. Got his left leg out low, or it was going to nestle in the bottom corner. Good play all round.
Here's Liam Sowell. Corn. Cipriano. Pushing a few bodies forward here, Maidstone, but Duku thought a teammate was going to support him there and didn't. Tuanzebe to Morsey, now ball. Pass wayward of Hutchinson.
All little passes that go astray is more frustration for Ipswich. But in the 13th minute, it's 0-0. Everyone would expect it to be 1-2-0 already. It could have been if it wasn't for Lucas in the Maidstone goal, but it's not. And we've spoken about frustrating the opposition. And this is certainly one of those. They're dominating the game, Ipswich. We know that. Maidstone, George Elokobi will know that will happen. It's how you react to any opportunity. You've already said it. You get set plays, put someone in the box.
Here's Barclay Ajipong. He's got a little bit of pace. He's looking for the run there of Sowell. Wasn't too far away from finding him. Humphreys. Taylor. Interception from Liam Sowell. Got a big job to do supporting his captain at right back, Gavin Hoyt's going to be very important for Sowell on that side to make sure he can double up with his captain when the threat comes down that Ipswich left.
Yeah, you're right, more so down that side, because Cameron Humphreys, as I said, predominantly a midfielder, will like to get forward and push on, where the other side, Don Ball, won't really. He'll sit in the position and allow Cameron Humphreys down the left-hand side to get forward. So more than the opposite side, Sol has to do a job in front of Gavin Hoyt.
Hutchinson likes to come in onto that favoured left side. Another left-footed player here, Aluko. Ball is forward in this attack. Back with Amari Hutchinson. Saw it all the way, Lucas. Good height for the goalkeeper, but he anticipated it early, and that was important.
Once again, Lucas keeping Ipswich at bay. Again, it was Amari Hutchinson on his favoured left foot with a great strike curling it into the far corner. But probably, as you said, the right height for Lucas. But done what he had to do, pushed it away for a corner.
It's good footwork from the Brazilian goalkeeper, 32-year-old, left Brazil in his early 20s, went to Spain for a couple of years. And was once on the books of Port Vale, the Maidstone goalkeeper. And he's been busy. Referee Anthony Taylor just suggesting to all and sundry, I've got my eyes on you. Sarmiento's corner, it's met by the head of George Edmondson, wasn't it, who got there? Just couldn't control it under pressure.
See, I think that's a chance, Kev, I really do. It was a good delivery into the box, and okay, he was marked, he was challenged, but it was still a free header. When you get that connection of the football, the clear connection, for a player with the ability of George Edmondson's got in the air, that's got to be counted as a chance.
Craig Fagan we were looking at there, the number 2 to George Elokobi at Maidstone. Aluko, Hutchinson, Sarmiento, Hutchinson, he can have another go, just didn't quite get it under his spell quickly enough. Back with Sarmiento. Humphreys needs an outball here, finds it in Edmondson, and this is Morsey. And once again, Lucas in that Maidstone goal having to be watchful.
This time not as commanding in the 6-yard box. Good strike from Sammy Morsey, just creeping in that near post. I think actually it was a really good save, seeing it again. Great save at the near post by Lucas. He's up to the challenge today, but a little bit disappointing. Amari Hutchinson 2 minutes earlier, perfect way to pass by Sarmiento. Reluctant to hit the shot. Maybe he's hit a few and they've both been saved, or hit the post. Need to keep taking them.
Sarmiento corner, no blue shirt near that. And Maidstone United of the National League South have negotiated 17 minutes here. Not been easy. And Lucas Kovalan has excelled.
Yeah, we're seeing the strike again from Sammy Morsey. He's scored a couple this season, some important ones. He got one against Leicester at Portman Road, where a little bit dubious, but the dubious goals panel gave it to Sammy Morsey. But yeah, we've spoken about him before. Real captain, demands the best from his team, and I've been told that he demands the best in training as well. You train as you play, and he certainly does that.
Twensebi. Morsey. Has been a truly remarkable season so far in the Championship for Ipswich. Kieran McKenna's magnificent job just underlined by the fact that the vast majority, almost all of them, came up under this man from League One and promotion last season.
He's so meticulous in what he does, Kieran McKenna. I speak to him quite often. He knows exactly what he wants from his team. Every player knows their job. You see with Cameron Humphreys, he's come in playing left back in place of probably the best left back in the Championship at the moment in Leif Davies, and he's doing exactly what Leif Davies does. Always gets forward, always is the outlet for Ipswich. Everyone knows their jobs. Here's
Aluko. Nice little drop of the shoulder there. Helped on by Sarmiento. Humphreys will keep the attack alive. It drops for Shane Aluko, but either the ball had arced out of play or Aluko was offside. Either way, it's a free kick to Maidstone.
The longer it goes on, Kev, the more frustration builds, not only for the team, but the supporters as well. Kieran McKenna won't be frustrated. He'll know that Ipswich are on top. But I've been involved in a game like this. I played against Yeading for Newcastle a while back, and it was 0-0 all the way up to, I'd say, 57, 60 minutes into the game. And it does, you start thinking, I don't want to be on the end of a cup upset, as it would be probably the biggest, one of the biggest in history. So the longer it goes, the more frustration builds. And what an occasion for the Maidstone supporters, 4,500 of them. Brilliant.
An occasion like this is truly what this most famous of cup competitions is all about. Of course, promotion is the main job in hand for both these football clubs this season. Here's Hutchinson. He's done well against Cipriano's finding it difficult to deal with Amari Hutchinson at the moment, but Appiah got across to support the left back. It's out for a corner.
That's a sore one from Appiah. It certainly is. In a place you don't want to get hit by the ball in the cold weather. Look, it was a great play again. Amari Hutchinson is causing problems, and that was nestling for me. We had a great view of it right behind it, and it was nestling in the far top corner, but it hasn't gone in. It's still 0-0, and Ipswich are dominating in the game in terms of possession, chances, shots, but they're having a good account of themselves, Maidstone.
Appiah is okay. Actually on loan from Ipswich's championship rivals for promotion, Leicester, this season, Paul Appiah. It's going to be Hutchinson with the corner. Free header! And not taken by Edmondson. Well, he knows what a glorious opportunity that was.
That's the best chance of the day. Great movement in the box. It was one off the training field. Amari Hutchinson to the back post. He'd lost his marker, George Edmondson. That's a poor header. What is he, 7 yards, 6-7 yards out, just a little bit on an angle. It's a poor header. Lucas is complaining at his defenders for the free header. George Elokobi will be as well. He was made for that in his career. That's a poor header from George Edmondson, and you could tell by his reaction he knew it.
Free kick to Maidstone, still looking for their first touch inside the Ipswich penalty area. Might get it here.
Yeah, this is what you're talking about, Kev. Just get the big players now up in the box. I know it's central, and they're always quite difficult when it's central to get the right delivery, but give Ipswich something to be concerned about. You never know. Something might fall, something might break for you. You get a flash shot on goal. Don't waste these opportunities.
Full debutant Duku still awaiting his first sight of the Ipswich goal. In by Corn. Walton thought about coming. Kiprianu's in there. Appiah. Hoyt. Fowler. Bit of time and space here for George Fowler. Useful ball forward, and they're in behind here. Liam Soul just couldn't quite make up his mind where the ball was. Good ball in from Hoyt. We're beyond the midway point of the first half, and Maidstone are beginning to find a little bit of confidence. But here's Aluko, but Appiah is quick. Really did well to having given Aluko a little bit of a start there. Appiah was the clear winner. Now, opportunity. Oh, flags up for offside. Frustration for Liam Soul.
Good play. Last couple of minutes, Maidstone much better, and yeah, it was just offside, just went a little bit early, tried to bend his run but couldn't. Again, that all started from playing that free kick into the box, then had a little bit of possession, one over the top, and then some great defending from Appiah. All round good play the last couple of minutes by Maidstone, finally starting to get into this game.
There you can see Ipswich's dominance. They've hit the post twice. Lucas Kovalan has made several excellent saves. Here's Humphreys. Sarmiento. Morsey. Twanzebe. Ball. Spaces in that penalty area again, but Maidstone win the initial header well enough, and it's way too long for Reynolds.
It's tough. It's tough breaking down a team that's just defending, and this is clearly their game plan, and rightly so. Understandably, it is, because they're a lot better than Ipswich. But it's tough to break down those banks of 4 and 5 in midfield and defence.
And every challenge, every successful pass is being cheered by the 4,500 Maidstone fans here at Portman Road. And it's Ipswich who emerge with possession here in a challenging area. Pass is too long though for the willing Humphreys.
That's poor. That's very sloppy by Amari Hutchinson. Just trying that one pass too extra. I think if he just laid it off to Sarmiento, who was about 6 yards to the left of Hutchinson, he was in on a shot on goal, but he tried the little chip over the top, just too much. And what are we now, 26th minute into it, still 0-0. Good game.
Still believing. No surprise to see the half and half scarves as well, which are going to be treasured mementos. That's allowed on a day like this, absolutely. Hutchinson. A lovely dance inside of Cipriano. Taylor trying to sweep it across. And it's Fowler who clears.
That one there, that's what I'm talking about. I think because he's missed a few of those cutting in, he's reluctant to shoot with his left foot. You've just got to keep going. Doesn't matter if you miss 15, if that 16th one goes in, keep trying.
It's the voice of Darren Ambrose, once of this parish. Still involved at Ipswich Town Football Club, I can tell you. Played for Newcastle as well, Crystal Palace, Charlton.
And I did miss 15 before I scored the 16th, tell you that.
That was the next line, you beat me to it. Edmondson. Ball. Morsey. There's that familiar shape again of Maidstone, looking to make it as difficult as possible. Hutchinson, ball available. Morsey. It's a drop for Sarmiento. Took the shot on. Got underneath that the English-born Ecuadorian international.
Yeah, the Ipswich players, they always look to get that shot off from distance. Broadhead, Sarmiento, Hutchinson, who though hasn't hit as many as I'd have hoped in this match. You've got Connor Chaplin, Wes Burns on the bench. They do exactly the same thing. But there's one player that I think Maidstone know and they don't want to shoot, and that's Jack Taylor from the edge of the box. Every time I've noticed, every time he gets on the ball, he's got 2 or 3 men around him stopping that strike, because he can hit them.
Should qualify that Sarmiento has got quite a background. He actually was born in Spain before he moved to England at a young age. Here's Reynolds trying to find the run of Duku. Morsey looking for Humphreys. So back doing that auxiliary right back work again.
They're looking for that pass a lot today. Morsey in the middle, Taylor in the middle. Hutchinson has tried one, just the loop one over the top to either Broadhead or Cameron Humphreys, and Maidstone are reading it at the moment. They've not had much joy in it.
Here's Ball. Reynolds. Testing Twanzebe. Support coming in from Dominic Ball. Lamar Reynolds just seemed to take a hand in the face there. Referee Anthony Taylor didn't see enough in that to warrant a free kick.
I like that though from Reynolds. I mean, positive. He got Twanzebe got the better of him this time, but I like the positivity. Get the ball and attack him. Twanzebe's strong. He's got a lot of Premier League experience. I think he had a spell at Napoli as well in Serie A. He's a good player, so needs a lot of skill and speed and strength to get past him, but keep trying it. I like that.
born in Jamaica, Lamar Reynolds. Looks as though he's going to be okay to continue his first season at Maidstone. Signed from Braintree. Did play some league football back in 2017-18 season. Reynolds, number 10 for Maidstone with Newport County. Noticeable that Duku was across on the touchline, maybe getting some words from George Ellacobi and his number 2 Craig Fagan as to how he should go about the rest of the first half here, but he's had very little of the ball. The Dutch striker in his full debut for the club. Edmondson sees the space and attacks it. Going alone here. Like a winger here, George Edmondson. Couldn't find the out ball for Humphreys.
Shouldn't laugh. Shouldn't laugh. It was a great run forward and then just ran out of ideas, didn't know what to do.
That's not a phrase you're ever going to hear again. George Edmondson looking like a winger. Here's Broadhead. Support from Hutchinson. Plenty waiting for the cross. Morsey will go for the shot instead.
Again, they're limiting Ipswich to shots around 20-25 yards out. This time, Sammy Morsey, as we've already said, scored a couple of goals this season. Gets it on his left foot, which is not his favoured foot. Decides to hit the shot, which you like to see, but didn't trouble Lucas whatsoever. And if they're limiting them to shots from outside the box, it's always going to be difficult to score a goal. They've had a good first half hour of this match, Maidstone.
Certainly have. He looks relaxed enough, though. Kieran McKenna, when does he ever look anything less than relaxed? It's neat from Cipriano. Sam Bone finding Liam Soule. This is Maidstone's 7th game in this season's FA Cup competition. They began in the second qualifying round, a 4-1 win away to Staining Town, and then they played Winchester City in the following round, Torquay United, who are now in non-league football, many years a league club of course. Chesham United they beat along the way, and then 2 League Two scalps in the second and third round. They beat Barrow 2-1 at home, and then Stevenage 1-0 also at home. This by far Maidstone's stiffest task, as Darren Ambrose rightly said. And they're standing up to the test well. They've ridden their luck a little, more than a little I think you would say, but they're on terms and they're attacking. Liam Soule, chance to deliver the cross. Wants a few extra touches here. And Soule eventually running out of pitch. There's very disappointed teammates in the middle there, had an opportunity to deliver.
Yeah, I think there was 3 or 4 teammates in the box, and he had the opportunity on his right foot to just put a ball into the box. Doesn't even have to be a good delivery, just put it in an area and let the forward players try and attack it. But he didn't, as you said. He tried to have 1 or 2 more touches, little step over, couldn't get the best of Cameron Humphreys, and then just dribbled it out of play. And yeah, and you got a few stern looks from his teammates in the box.
Well, that's an interesting point you make, the fact that they had 3 or 4 bodies in the box waiting for a cross, so they've got legs and they're willing to get forward into challenging positions when the opportunity arises. Maidstone.
One of those bodies was Cipriano as well, by the way. He's the left back, and they just showed his Maradona turn as well. And listen, if you're a player of Cipriano at Maidstones, you'd be clipping that up and you'd be playing that to your family for sure. 29,000 people doing that, fantastic skill.
Cipriano's free kick, it's a good one too. Soule just couldn't quite get the control he needed. Here's Sarmiento, he's got great balance. Jeremy Sarmiento all the way, and the deflection is kind. It looked for a good deal of its travel once the deflection was made. It was going to nestle into the top corner. brilliant from Sarmiento.
Yeah, great play, positive, dribbling. He had a few options to pass the ball, but one thing in his mind, and that's to get the shot off. And Appiah done well to actually get a block on. Did look like it had caught the goalie off guard and it was going to nestle into the corner, but it went over the top for a corner. But good play from Sarmiento.
Well, it just kissed the bar on its way behind. 3 times now Ipswich have hit the woodwork. Hutchinson. This time an Ipswich throw. Can Maidstone get to half-time at 0-0? 10 minutes to negotiate. Morsey. Should point out to you, in case you are unaware, at this stage of the FA Cup, there are replays. Fifth round onwards goes down to 1 game. Edmondson, who's missed Ipswich's best goal-scoring opportunity with a close-range header that he planted somehow wide of the target when unmarked. Twanzebe.
You can see here how tough it is to break this down. He's got options, but it's hard when you're out there to find that option when you've got so many bodies in yellow in front of you. You have to have that extra pass, extra touch. But Sarmiento is on a little mazy dribble, but it's so difficult to break down.
Morsey trying to find the run of Aluko. Appiah read that. Here's Hutchinson. Kipiano showing Hutchinson the outside route. He wants to come inside, as I mentioned earlier. Fullback knows that. Edmondson. Humphreys, or rather Sarmiento it is. Morsey. A little trouble through to Lucas Kovalan. Of course, fitness is going to be key for Maidstone. They're having to do a lot of chasing out of possession. That won't be any surprise to them. They are not full-time, but they're not part-time. They're something like a hybrid club, Maidstone. They train 3 mornings a week. But they're going to need to be absolutely bang on in terms of their fitness here if they're to spring the surprise.
I love that description of them, a hybrid club. Very modern day description of them. Absolutely, they are. I think they play on 4G as well, correct me if I'm wrong, Kev. So they're going to be it's a little bit different playing on a pitch at Portman Road with the supporters around, the pressure that goes with that as well, and it does sap your legs sometimes. But they're doing okay. They've not had a shot yet. They've not had a shot at goal yet, which they'll be frustrated with. George Elokobi will, but they've not conceded.
Here's Corn, who did well to retain possession. Done really well there, Sam Corn. Edmondson with some defending to do. Morsey. Pass from Morsey, put his teammate under pressure. Here's Duku, trying to release Reynolds.
When you've got that pace at the back that Twanzebe's got, you always feel comfortable. I mean, the forwards of Maidstone, they're not quickest. Duku's not the quickest. So when you've got the pace, you can see in himself, Twanzebe, that he's comfortable. He stands there, he's very assured, kind of a Van Dijk type, but in the Championship or in this game. And he always knows if the ball goes over the top, he's got enough to get there.
Interception from Gavin Hoyt. Cheered like a goal from the Maidstone fans down in that corner of Portman Road. Ball. huge amount of goals out of the Maidstone team at the moment, as you heard possibly Darren mention earlier. They lost Levi Amanchi in December. He only signed in the summer from Brackley Town, scored 20 goals in all competitions, and it alerted clubs higher up the pyramid. In National League, Bromley signed him. Here come Ipswich now with the opportunity. Again, the bodies are there. Drops kindly for Dominic Ball, and Aluko slashes at the opportunity. Lost his composure, and the chance went begging. Real let off for Maidstone.
Real opportunity as well, let off for Maidstone, but opportunity for Ipswich to get into half-time, a go up. Don Ball hits a shot, it was slashed from the edge of the box. It was actually a really good take from Sonny Aluko in the box on his back foot. He had more time than he thought, and as you said, he just slashed at that chance, and the no composure there, and I think that's lack of game time. You're not ready for those kind of chances, and that was a huge let-off for Maidstone, huge opportunity for Ipswich to get in the lead.
Aluko has barely played for Kieran McKenna this season. Hutchinson up against Cipriano again. Appiah with a stretch. Hutchinson first to that. He looks a very promising talent, Omari Hutchinson, owned by Chelsea. Here he is again. Jack Taylor. He's a midfielder with an eye for goal, deflects away for the corner.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get it out of his feet, Jack Taylor. And like I said to you before, as soon as he gets the ball, there's one or two players immediately on him to stop the shot. This time, I think it was George Bone who got the block and the deflection for another corner. But they look like they're enjoying themselves, Ipswich. But I'm telling you now, Kev, the longer that clock runs down, the more you're getting a feeling of a replay or Maidstone going up there, Brendan, scoring, and you start getting anxious that you don't want to be part of that team that is in this moment.
Well, we're only human. And as I say, if Maidstone can get in at 0-0, it'll put a little bit of doubt into that Ipswich dressing room. Sarmiento's corner. Hutchinson limping, as we see. Looks a little troubled at the moment, Omari Hutchinson. Maidstone are out, and the pass is brilliant, and they're in. Reynolds, can he get his shot away? He should do now! Oh, my word! And just listen to the noise! 4,500 Stones fans! It's a pylon for the goal scorer, Lamar Reynolds. And we're blinking in disbelief. Everybody inside this stadium, get this scoreline. Ipswich Town 0, Maidstone United 1.
Wow, is all I can say to that. What an unbelievable finish that is by Reynolds. Come from an Ipswich corner, poor delivery, brilliant crossfield pass. And can he get the touch right? He gets the touch right. Can he get the finish right? Just dinks it with his left foot over Christian Wharton, who was coming out. Unbelievable finish, and the emotions, the scenes, incredible. Their first shot on goal, their first shot on target, and they've scored. Brilliant by Maidstone, outstanding.
Can you just imagine the adrenaline coursing through his veins there? He knew he was good. If he got, as you say, he got that first touch right, which was perfect, that he was going to get his shot away, and then to perfect it as he did in front of a crowd that he's never played in front of before. And there, George Elokobi cannot believe it. But that was a finish of true quality.
Kev, what a finish that is, under the pressure that he was under. The defenders were getting back. Christian Wharton was right in front of him. He's not really had no opportunities. He's been running around selfless for his team, along with Duku. To produce a finish like that, it's a moment he'll remember forever. Brilliant.
Can they get to 0-0 at half-time, I was saying? Or can they now maintain the advantage to the break, and then it really will be a nervous Ipswich dressing room. Here's Morsey. Could have been 4 or 5 up, but they're a goal down, the Championship side.
The mood has changed around Portman Road. I know it was a party atmosphere anyway with the Maidstone supporters, but all you can hear is the Maidstone supporters. It's a shell shock for the Ipswich supporters. They're potentially going in at half-time 1-0 down.
Taylor, we're into 2 minutes of additional time, minimum. Ball. Can confirm a yellow card, incidentally, amongst the celebrations for that Maidstone goal. One of the substitutes, Chibuki Ezanilim, picked up a yellow card for something we can file in the brackets of over-exuberant.
I don't think he'll care. I don't think he'll care.
Morsey, less than a minute away from an extraordinary half-time scoreline here in Suffolk. Here's Hutchinson. Cipriano sticking to his task. Twanzebe. And Taylor, realising the half-time whistle imminent. Again, another snatched shot. And Maidstone should see it through now.
Yeah, not good enough. Little 1-2 with Jack Taylor, Sarmiento. And yeah, rushed his shot on the edge of the box. Said he's got a great strike on him. He didn't there. I think Kieran McKenna will be turning round now, looking towards his bench, because he won't want to be a manager either that's a part of this moment and what potentially could be one of the biggest shocks in FA Cup history. He'll be having a look at his bench closely.
The lowest ranked team left this season in the Emirates FA Cup competition. George Elokobi's Maidstone United of the National League South lead Championship high flyers Ipswich Town. A 0-0. Lamar Reynolds with a fantastic finish. Wonderful break. Lucas Coverland's made 3 or 4 noteworthy saves. Ipswich have hit the woodwork 3 times, but they are made to pay for their profligacy in front of goal. The one chance that Maidstone have made, thrillingly finished by that man, Lamar Reynolds. And the half-time score in the sunshine, and the sun is shining on Maidstone at the moment. At Portman Road, it's Ipswich 0, Maidstone United 1.
Still think he'll give it 10-15 minutes, allow these players to rectify this scoreline, and if not, he will definitely be looking to add some players, some quality onto the pitch.
No change in personnel made by either manager, coach at half-time. And Sam Corn will get the first kick of the second half. Four 4,500 Maidstone supporters here. Club nicknamed the Stones, and at the moment the Stones are rolling nicely along. Fixed stare of the Ipswich boss, Kieran McKenna. An early goal will settle the nerves, an early equaliser. It's Maidstone who attack. Barclay Ajipong, who's not had a great deal of involvement so far, couldn't find his way through to get a shot on goal.
He won't need to look at the stats, Kieran. He'll know himself. 18 shots on goal they had in the first half, so he'll know that they've definitely got the quality to turn this around very, very quickly. But he'll also know the main stat that counts is the fact they're 1-0 down.
Edmondson. Sarmiento. Taylor. Hutchinson. Ipswich have got a vast number of regular first-team starters on their substitutes bench. The likes of Connor Chaplin, Wes Burns, from an attacking point of view, to come on and try and change things should they be needed. Here's Twanzebe. Ball. Morsey. Edmondson. Humphreys. In good shape. Out of possession here again from Maidstone. Almost a back seven there.
Has to be something that George Elokobi has mentioned, that they can't break you down. They're struggling to break you down. You're limiting them to shots from 20, 25 yards out. Continue to do that. The longer the game goes on, the more nervous Ipswich will be, but the more nervous Maidstone will be also. They'll retreat even further, which could open opportunities up, but Ipswich will need, and they'll be looking to get an early goal in this second half.
Twanzebe. Aluko. Morsey can take the shot on, decided not to. Sarmiento. Shot from Dominic Ball, deflected. May have come off his own teammate by the look of it, Aluko.
Yeah, it wasn't a great effort by Dombo. Again, rushed on the edge of the box. It hit Sonny Aluko. It's looking like it hit him straight in the face. I thought it initially hit him on his hand, but in saying it hit him straight in the face. But I don't think anything was going to come of that strike. Once again, 20 yards out from a defender, and that's all they can muster up at the moment, Ipswich Town.
Ipswich themselves came into the Championship after promotion from League One last season as underdogs. Didn't really take them long to hit their stride. Wonderful season they've had, but here, what a different story. It's still so much of it still to be written. But at the moment, Maidstone looking to find a second. Here's Corn. And they've got plenty of bodies forward here. Sam Corn. Reynolds, the goal scorer. Nice drop of the shoulder in there. It's only partially cleared. And it came off Bone, and thankfully for Ipswich, an easy take for Christian Walton.
Had an opportunity there, Sam Corn, to play the early pass to the goal scorer Reynolds, but decided against it, and it was a good build-up play. And it shows that they're still in the counter-attacking mode, as it were. For Ipswich to come out this game, started this second half, started as they finished and as they were in the first half. Maidstone have gone up the other end and had another opportunity. It's nervous times for Ipswich.
Twanzebe. Taylor. Edmondson. Humphreys. Back with George Edmondson. Taylor. He's going to have a go. It's good defending again by Maidstone. Here's Barclay Ajapong. It's a nice measured pass to Reynolds. Looks to take on Twanzebe. Corn. Get up, says referee Anthony Taylor to Reynolds. Corn misplacing the pass. But just another little sign that on the counter-attack, rare though they've been, one counting, and that's the most important thing for Maidstone. They are a threat. They do have a little bit of something about them on those counter-attacks.
Yeah, they certainly have. I am watching them very closely though, and they are starting to show signs of tiredness, and understandably the game's probably catching up with them after that counter-attack there. Reynolds, Ajabang, they're strolling back. You can see there's some tiredness in them at the moment, but like you said, still 1-0 up.
And on an occasion like this, Darren, it could be as mental as well as physical tiredness. Such a massive day for this football club of Maidstone United. Lucas Covalan read that well.
Having a great game, Lucas, at the moment, and when you've got a goalkeeper on form as he is, it gives you confidence in front. The defenders will be confident that, as we see there, one slipped in behind Amari Hutchinson, right position, quick to come off his line, and just controlled the pressure.
Forward by Korn. Now Edmondson. Cipriano. Good advantage played by referee Anthony Taylor. This is Reynolds. Appiah. Fowler. Of course, the longer it goes on with this scoreline, the more edgy players in blue, supporters in blue will get. Here's Sarmiento. How long does McKenna wait until he brings on more of his first choice players this season? Sent the same 11 out to undo the damage. So far, Maidstone standing strong. Reynolds. He's a good out ball for them.
It's just too much for Ipswich in and around the box. There's one too many passes. We see there Jack Taylor tried a 1-2 with Amari Hutchinson, was no further than 3 yards away from him, where normally when the pressure isn't on, he'd turn out or he'd get a strike off. It's just the end product's not great.
Not the longest journey, but they would have travelled to the ends of the world for a day like this. Just 90 miles separate the town of Maidstone in Kent from here in Suffolk. And they still lead through that brilliant first half goal from Lamar Reynolds.
I think we're getting to the point now. I think we're going to see some changes soon by Kieran. I've done a lot for Ipswich, and it's around 55 an hour mark that he decides to make some changes, and I think we should be seeing Connor Chaplin soon.
Here's Sarmiento, a little bit of space to work in, and this time he finds the net. Jeremy Sarmiento levels for Ipswich. Just wonder whether it took a slight deflection, maybe deceived the goalkeeper, Lucas Covalan, stretching as he was, couldn't get there, and it's 1-1.
We said first half he was probably, along with Hutchinson, the best player for Ipswich Town. Jack Taylor finds him with a good pass, just cuts inside Gavin Hoyt, and I think you're right. I think it takes a slight deflection off Gavin Hoyt's left ankle and just goes in the near post in past Lucas, who's done everything right this afternoon, but just couldn't outstretch his right arm to save this one. And Sarmiento has started the second half as he finished the first half as Ipswich's best player.
Well, they got the rub of the green with a few deflections in the first half, Maidstone. Not on that occasion. Sarmiento clearly be claiming the goal. Ipswich changes were on the way just as Sarmiento was scoring. Dom ball off. Connor Chaplin is on. Leif Davis, the 3, coming on. Cameron Humphreys makes way. And Harry Clark, Ipswich born, is also on.
Yeah, we said there was going to be changes. I think, like I said, we were at the time, and thankfully and luckily for Kieran McKenna that the goal happened just before the substitutions, because you could tell this is the respect he's showing by bringing on these regular first-team players.
Straight into the action is Davis, caught by Hoyt. Well, you describe Leif Davis as arguably the best left-back in the Championship at the moment, and with tiring Maidstone legs, it could be a real weapon for Ipswich going forward.
Yeah, Gavin Hoyt doesn't want to see Leif Davis coming on. Most assists in the league, in the Championship this season. Fantastic athlete getting up and back, and he's going to need a lot of help in front of him, Gavin Hoyt, because he will keep running. Cameron Humphreys done well in the first half, done kind of a similar role as what Leif Davis would do, but he'll get forward, and he's got a great delivery with his left foot.
No surprise to see Kieran McKenna making 3 substitutes at one single moment. He's done that regularly this season. Maidstone turning to their bench as well, with the arrival of Rhys Greenwich. Once had a trial at Ipswich. Player has just come on for Maidstone. Leif Davis over this set piece. Disguise on that. That's the kind of chance he was putting away regularly in the promotion from League One. 29 goals in all competitions, Connor Chaplin, last season.
Just before that free kick, I was going to say to you, Kev, that watch out for Connor Chaplin and the cutback. That he scored many like that this season as well as last season, and teams can't seem to ever handle that cutback. And the new arrivals, Leif Davis, he's normally the one, along with Wes Burns, who does set up that cutback for Connor Chaplin, but I think he's complaining that was just a little bit behind him and he couldn't get his foot wrapped around it enough. But there's the threat that those two bring.
Edmondson, Morsey worms his way out of a tight spot very impressively, Sam Morsey. Here's Clark. Got 2 out and out attacking fullbacks on now, Ipswich in Clark and Davis. Work for Cipriano. As we reach the hour mark, and if you'd given Maidstone a 1-1 scoreline before a ball was kicked after 60 minutes at Portman Road, they'd have bitten your hand off for it. Morsey. You're right, Darren, I can see a little bit of tiredness creeping in. You can just tell by the way the Maidstone players are putting one foot in front of the other, some of them at least, that it's getting increasingly hard work.
Yeah, and then you look at the substitutes bench, a lot of young players for George Elokobi to look upon, not filling the full substitutes bench as well. A few injuries they've picked up in their league campaign. It's going to be difficult for them, but they've just got to stay in the game.
Finding an attack here, it's Barclay Ajapong who can strike for goal. He didn't take it on and then lost his footing. He had a chance to pull the trigger.
They stay in the game and they go down the other side, other end of the pitch, and the Ipswich end, and almost have a chance. And Ajapong, as you said, Barclay Ajapong just couldn't get enough space to hit the shot. But it shows they are still dangerous. And we talk about the substitute bench. Can George Elokobi look at that and bring on some quality players? We'll see.
Hutchinson just getting in behind Cipriano for a moment. Support from Morsey. In comes the shot, and Sarmiento can't control it.
Yeah, Connor Chaplin looking at him in the face there. It was a difficult opportunity. Amari Hutchinson plays the ball in to Sammy Morsey, makes a good run. He can just lay it off, you know, and he knows immediately and acknowledges Connor Chaplin and says, look, I apologise, but they're causing more problems now, and as we said, Maidstone are looking to their substitutes bench.
I'm going to bring Bivish Gurung on, 22-year-old, born in Maidstone. Came up through the ranks and left for Crystal Palace when he was 16, the player coming on wearing number 18, Gurung. Short spells in Norway and Sweden. George Elokobi, whatever happens from here on in, will be so proud of what his players have produced here. Bradley Ajapong off.
This is where heroes are made. Substitutes come on. Can you make a difference for George Elokobi's Maidstone? And if they can, they're all heroes anyway, as you said. They've done themselves extremely proud. It's 64th minute we're coming into, and it's 1-1 at Portman Road against high-flying Ipswich Town. Fantastic story.
Sarmiento, Ipswich's goal scorer. Broadhead. Haven't seen a great deal of Nathan Broadhead in this game. Finds Davis. It's too long for Hutchinson. Maidstone will be in no hurry over this throw.
It's unlike Leif Davies, that, and I talk about the link-up between Davies and Connor Chaplin. I was just looking at his reaction, Connor Chaplin, on the edge of the box when he tried to play that ball to Amari Hutchinson. He's saying, I'm here for the cutback. I mean, watch this space. I think there's going to be another opportunity of that cutback of Leif Davies to Connor Chaplin in this second half.
Chaplin broke for Sarmiento, but coming under pressure, rolls harmlessly through to Lucas Kovalan. George Burley amongst the interested onlookers. Had a fine career both as a player and manager at this football club.
Two of my former managers there, Paul Goddard, who was my manager of the youth team, former West Ham player, and George Burley, who brought me through the ranks at Ipswich Town. Fantastic, the pair of them. Nothing bad to ever say against George Burley. Brilliant, brilliant man.
Another great Ipswich stalwart is here today as well, I can tell you, working for radio, Terry Butcher. Ipswich looking like they're in the mood to find another goal soon. Chaplin losing out to Greenwich. Just able to find Duku, wasn't too far away from getting a touch on that, Manny Duku. Good interception here from Reynolds. And a good offer here from Sam Corn. Oh, yes! Unbelievable! They're not going to lie down. Scarcely believable. But here's the scoreline. Emirates FA Cup, 4th round, high-flying championship, Ipswich Town 1. From the 6th tier National League South, Maidstone United 2. And are we in for the unbelievable upset here? Quality about this again, Darren Ambrose.
I'm speechless. And it's Reynolds, the goal scorer, with the assist this time. Perfect pace of pass, and Sam Corn with a great run. And his first touch takes him away from the defender Edmondson, and his second touch with his left foot near post past Christian Wharton. It's a fantastic goal. It really is. We can scarcely believe our eyes what's going on here. It's been all Ipswich Town this whole game. They've had 2 shots on goal, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. And I think it was Nathan Broadhead with a mistake for Ipswich in the middle, intercepted by the goal scorer Reynolds. Plays a great ball, and the Maidstone supporters cannot believe as much as we can. Incredible scenes.
He's earned his corn all right. Ipswich with work to do again. Hutchinson. Morsey. Drops invitingly here for Leif Davis. Sarmiento with a shot. Enough bodies in front of the goalkeeper in yellow. But still a quarter of the game remaining. But George Elokobi's side in front again.
I don't know what to say. I mean, this is incredible. This is the magic. This is the romance of the FA Cup. Absolutely outstanding. No matter what happens now, outstanding by Maidstone and George Elokobi. There'll be more substitutes coming on, no doubt about this. Kieran will be looking to his substitutes bench. We'll probably see some very, very soon. Won't be surprised that if Wes Burns gets a run out. Like you said, a quarter of the game to go, and then they're losing.
Wes Burns right on cue, as Darren was calling, is coming on. Gives a lot of value to Ipswich down their right-hand side and replaces Amari Hutchinson. It's a straight swap. Welsh international. And Gerard Boabo has replaced Jeremy Sarmiento. Boabo will be a name unfamiliar to many watching on, Darren. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, powerful centre forward. He's a real handful. He's young. I think he's only 18. He's got an opportunity now. Played 1 time, I think, at the moment in the Championship. But he'll be looking to make an impact in this FA Cup tie for sure. Like I said, he's a powerful, athletic centre forward.
Might notice that Wes Burns has had a haircut, maybe since the last time you saw him. Ponytail's gone.
Let's see if that works.
Leif Davis will take the Ipswich corner with a little over 20 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Lucas Coverland getting a little upset. Has been known to have a short fuse in the past. Picked up 3 red cards in his time with Port Vale. Davis with a corner. Clark can help it on. I can confirm a booking in this second half for Gavin Hoyt. And a lot going on, but the Maidstone captain is on a yellow card. Broadhead. Davis. Here's Bone. Needs to find the right pass, coming under pressure. Drops for Gurung. Buys himself the free kick. And a few more precious seconds pass by in favour of Maidstone.
Both looking to reach the 5th round of the FA Cup. One in Maidstone for the first time in their history, a leading. And Ipswich first time in 17 years. So, what, there's 19 minutes plus stoppage time to go. I mean, there's going to be some nerves in the Ipswich team for sure.
Look at the number of attempts. As we touched on earlier, Kieran McKenna will be disappointed. Just 6 of those 25 on target. Didn't get much better than 2 from 2 for Maidstone. Here's Burns, first chance to run at Cipriano. Drops for Clark. Good hands from the goalkeeper.
Again, 20, 25 yards, that's what they're limiting Ipswich to 27th shot now. I think 7 on target for Ipswich, but they're not good enough. They're not going to cause any problems at the moment. Harry Clark up from right back, a bit tentative, easy save for Lucas.
As well as needing an equaliser, Ipswich still that little doubt in the back of their mind how they defend the Maidstone rare counter-attacks. But here's Burns. Oh dear, that wasn't in the script for Wes Burns.
One thing's for sure as well, Kev, they won't want to replay Ipswich, so Kieran will be looking at the clock thinking, we need to score 2 goals. It's a hectic schedule in the Championship. They've got a lot of games, they've had a lot of games. They're picking up injuries and tiredness themselves. So Kieran won't be wanting a replay. And we're talking about a replay. That's the best they can do at the moment. 2-1 down. I mean, this is the story of the FA Cup, and this is why we all love it. And this is why I hate that sometimes the romance of the FA Cup is dying out a little bit. Stories like this that needs to be amplified and made. The FA Cup needs to be back how it was when I was growing up in particular.
The romance is alive and kicking at Portman Road today, that is for sure. Duku just nursing a little bit of a knock there, but he's back on his feet. Here's Burns. Support in behind from Clark. Oh, great pass, and Wes Burns is in here! Can't find the far corner. Players waiting for the cutback, but he went alone there, Wes Burns. Couldn't have been far away.
I think he'd done the right thing. Great pass by Harry Clark in behind the defenders. And I think he'd done the right thing. Hit it towards the back post, put a lot of power on it. I mean, Boabu was nowhere near it, and that is millimetres from nestling in the far corner. I don't think he had many more options, but there's the danger that Wes Burns can bring, but he'll be disappointed he didn't hit the target there.
2 more substitutes for Maidstone, and the first goal scorer for them, Lamar Reynolds, is making way. They're bringing midfield players on to just pack that area. 2 players who started in midweek against Braintree. Sam Bone, the other player, coming off. 2 players coming on, Perry Iandolo and 17-year-old Riley Court. Both of them born in Maidstone, living the dream as we watch on here. Morsey. Just imagining the thoughts running through the mind of the Maidstone chairman, Bill Williams. You referred to him a little earlier. Former player with the club, former manager of Maidstone. He's been involved with the club for over 50 years. Tears won't be too far away at the moment, if at all.
I was going to say that. Emotional. There'll be emotions, no matter what happens in the last 15-20 minutes.
Oh, it's a lovely pass. It's a brilliant pass, and Burns got there ahead of Lucas, but Napier, importantly, in front of Broadhead, just a corner.
They just can't break him down at the moment. They're trying, but Wes Burns has come on. He's made a huge difference already down the right-hand side, and he just cannot find the breakthrough. And you can see there's some worried signs on the Ipswich players' faces. Some frustration going on as well.
Morsey. Great support from the 4,500 Maidstone fans. They've hardly stopped singing all day. In comes a cross. Down goes Edmondson under pressure from Duku, and a dive, says referee Anthony Taylor. Free kick Maidstone. Ipswich not sure about this one. Yellow card as well for Edmondson.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm looking to see the replays here. I mean, if Anthony Taylor has seen that, it's a fantastic call. As we see it now, I don't know, you know. I think I'm looking at another angle. I think it's a penalty. I think that's a penalty. I think if there's video assistant referee, I think he's given a penalty there. It's one of those, there's contact, he's instigated it a little bit with his leg, but if he doesn't, if he plants his leg, it's a penalty. Anthony Taylor made the call immediately, and look, we're all crying out for VAR to be taken away, and maybe we need to accept that. I personally think that's a penalty, but Anthony Taylor didn't give it.
Well, with this not being a Premier League ground, it might soon very much well be. There is no VAR today.
Not much complaints. There was a couple, Connor Chaplin, I know, was one of them, Edmondson, but no one else really complained about that not being given as a penalty, which I found quite strange.
Here's Burns, Morsey, Taylor. Wall of yellow shirts in front of Jack Taylor there. I can tell you that the fire alarm went off twice in the Maidstone hotel in the early hours of this morning. Ipswich worried about the tie. Well, they're most certainly worried now as we enter the 79th minute. And here's Leif Davis. Twanzebe getting the ball to Wes Burns at every given opportunity now. Ipswich. This is Chaplin on the turn. Smart effort. And once again, equal to it, the busy Lucas Kovalan.
Yeah, they love this, Ipswich, on both hand sides, left and right. Wes Burns this time with a cutback, and Connor Chaplin or Broadhead, whoever it may be, is normally around that area. And he's done well. I've seen him score a few goals like that when he cuts in onto his left, facing the wrong way, and cuts it, whips it back into the near post, but didn't quite get enough on it. And Lucas was up to the task once again. He's had a fantastic game, the Maidstone goalkeeper.
Burns once more up against Kiprianu. Good looking cross. Davis was attacking it. And Gurung needs to be careful not to lose possession in that area. Run back by Ipswich. Here's Morsey. Guabo. Anywhere would do for Maidstone.
Good ball across there by Guabo. Great reverse pass by Sammy Morsey. Guabo just played it in hard and fast and low into an area. No one there. They're running out of ideas, Ipswich.
Well, this magnificent, historic FA Cup run for Maidstone United might not be about to come to an end. The money they've made is going to make a massive difference to the football club in the 6th tier of the English pyramid. I understand they're looking to lay a new pitch with the money they've earned so far, extend their stadium capacity. And if they get a replay, there's plenty more coming into the coffers. Might not even need a replay. Here's Clark. This is Chaplin. And Morsey. Taylor. Broadhead fouled by Appiah. Edmondson. Davis, good first time ball into Broadhead. Davis hoping this will spin out for the corner. It does.
It's heroic defending at the moment, has to be said, by Maidstone. The whole match has been the same. Blocking, diving in front of the ball, clearing things when they shouldn't. The goalkeeper's been great. it's been dominated by Ipswich, has to be said. Possession, shots on target, passes. But the stat that counts is 2-1 to Maidstone, and Ipswich is struggling at the moment.
Leif Davis corner.
There's an air of frustration in the crowd. You can hear everyone's just sensing, or there's a feeling of something needs to happen. You know, anxiousness going on. You can hear it. Portman Road crowd is very, very quiet, apart from the corner of the 4,500 Maidstone supporters.
It's too much for Burns. Free kick to Ipswich. Opportunity to pile blue shirts into that Maidstone penalty area. Now you can reach out and grab the nerves amongst those Ipswich fans. Seven minutes plus a few more to be added on away from an ignominious defeat. Still some important minutes to negotiate here, Maidstone. Davis over the set piece. Headed back towards his own goal there by Corn. Felt he was balked in making the contact, but it will be a corner.
Yeah, he's frustrated. He feels he's fouled, and yeah, if you're out of position like that when you head it and it goes back to your own goal, potentially it was a drag or a little push. But once again, it's Ipswich trying to find a way of getting it made a goal.
Here comes the corner kick, and Chaplin's in there. Brilliant save from Lucas Coverland. Magnificent stop, still in there for Ipswich, and the goalkeeper gets gloves on it. Well, what a game he's having. His teammates know it, and Maidstone survive.
That was mental bit of play in the 6-yard box. Lucas just trying to find a way of diving on the ball. The smallest player on the pitch, Connor Chaplin, looked like he may have handballed it as well. It didn't come cleanly off his head. Good save by Lucas. They tried to clear it and couldn't, and he's trying to find a way, Lucas, of getting on the ball. No one knows where it is. He just dives over everyone and clutches onto it and gets a massive hug from all of his teammates.
Ah, don't you just love it? It's been an absolute privilege to be covering this game. I'll say on behalf of myself and Darren. He's still got a chapter to be written. Any which way, there is no way through at the moment for Ipswich. Two heroes there. Corn with a goal that has Maidstone in front, and the goalkeeper Lucas Coverland. Craig Fagan, George Elakobi still with faces of absolute concentration, knowing their team are edging closer to a day this football club will never forget. They'll never forget it anyway. Whatever happens, we've said that. But if they were to win, my goodness. Here's Clark. Has that got too much on it? Yes. Burns is quick, but not that sharp.
This last 4 minutes plus whatever is going to be added on is going to feel a lifetime for George Elakobi and Craig Fagan on the Maidstone bench. I've been there before when you're that desperate to win. As we're seeing the highlights of the goals, Reynolds with an outstanding finish. Had a great game, got 1 goal, 1 assist.
Both excellent goals that Maidstone have scored.
Brilliant, brilliant. And it's down to the first touch of both goals. First touch was perfect to take it away from the defender, the on-running defenders. And the second touch, outstanding. 2-1 Maidstone. like you said, it's a privilege to be covering this. I'm associated with Ipswich and I've got an affiliation, and I'll be gutted if they go out, but what a story this is for Maidstone. There was emotions from the big man George Elokobi after the Stevenage victory. I'm sure if they can keep hold of this, there'll be even more.
Good player in his day, as mentioned earlier. Finished his career at Maidstone, George Elokobi, but played in the Premier League for Wolves. Got promoted from the Championship to the Premier League club with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Close to 60 Premier League appearances in his time at Molineux. Rugged left back, I think we could have called him in his playing days, but gentle giant.
What he was is, he off the pitch, he was respectful. He was a respectful man, respectful football player, and he's shown that in his managerial time as well. But on the pitch, he was a different animal. And again, he's implemented that onto his team. You can see it.
Yeah, clever a team mirrors its manager. We're watching it in yellow. Morsey. Minimum of 7 additional minutes we're hearing once we get to 90.
Wow.
Maidstone players and fans won't want to see that. There's been a raft of substitutions in the second half, 1 or 2 stoppages.
There's not much Kieran McKenna can do now. He just can hope that his players can muster up something in these 7 minutes of stoppage time. And again, George Elokobi will hope that his players can just see that out.
Good challenge by Boabo. Good advantage played by referee Taylor. This is Burns, Chaplin, Morsey. Some of the Maidstone players that have been out there since the start can barely get 1 foot in front of the other. And one of those is Doku, but he's done well there.
As someone who's not played in 2 months, Doku,
amazing,
absolutely outstanding shift he put in for his team.
90th minute at Portman Road. Championship high flyers, Ipswich Town, trying to save their blushes here against 6th tier National League South Maidstone United, who've been heroic. In comes a header, and it needed dealing with by Lucas Kovalan. Good stretch, enough to get it behind. Burns with a header.
It's one of those innocuous headers. You didn't think nothing of was coming of that. It was a good ball into the box, and he comes in at the back post, and I think that's going in, you know. I think that's heading for the top corner. Another fantastic save, and he's hurt himself in the process, Lucas Kovalan. Friendly sportsmanship, this is known as. Can't do nothing when the goalie's down injured. You can't take him off.
Well, here is the amount of minutes. The crowd know it. Players know it. He knows it. If Ipswich are to resurrect themselves, they'll have to do it in a minimum of 8 additional minutes. Taylor with a shot. Claims a deflection, corner kick.
Good defending again, throwing their bodies on the line, the Maidstone players. This time was it Kipranu, jumped in front of Jack Taylor, who's got a great strike. Another corner.
Up go the heads, and it's met by the head of Doku. Another corner kick. Leif Davis with the corner. And Broadhead trying to twist his head into that, got too much on it.
Poor once again. Yeah, poor. He's got a clear header, clean. And I don't even know where he's headed that. He's headed it high and wide. We've just got over 6 minutes, and Kieran McKenna is on the screens now. He is running out of ideas.
It's getting twitchy, that face now.
Certainly
It's been a picture of calm right throughout this season. 4,500 Maidstone fans. And those starters now on the bench. Well, can but imagine the party they're going to have up to a point, because promotion is still the main task in hand for both these football clubs. But George Elokobi will certainly allow his players some time to celebrate, but it's not over. Third of the 8 additional minutes. This is Clark. Goalkeeper stays at home. Taylor's header straight down his throat. Could have come for that. The goalkeeper decided to stay near his line. Feels that the right call now.
Didn't get enough power in it. Wes Burns with a delivery, and Jack Taylor tried to get power. Boabu was questioning whether it was a penalty. Didn't look nothing in it to me. Straight at Lucas Kovalan.
What an advert as well for English non-league football. Which other country would be able to provide a story like this? 98 places separate the two clubs in the pyramid.
Shows the quality. It shows the quality. I think it's the 4th consecutive year that a non-league team have made the 4th round. I mean, it shows the quality that non-league teams are producing, and George Elokobi calling on some friends and some favours, and you know, he's a big pull for that football club, having played in the Premier League, and they certainly could go through.
It's not away yet for Maidstone. Taylor couldn't find the pass through the wall of yellow shirts again. That's a free kick against Corn. He was gulping for air there, Sam Corn, and he just stretched into the opponent, and it's a good position this now for Ipswich.
What he's thinking is, I could be the hero in round 3 and round 4, and he will be praying that that's the case.
Davis, who set up so many goals this season with his free kicks, needs one now. Into a dangerous area, it's brilliantly defended. Outstanding defending there. It was a wicked free kick from Davis. Well into the 5th of the additional 8 minutes. Closer and closer, but not there yet. At minimum, you would think a replay from this position, but they want more, of course. Twanzebe. Edmondson. 2 minutes for Ipswich to find an equaliser. Burns. Cipriano, who's had so much work to do, first against Omari Hutchinson, then Wes Burns, somehow finding the energy to make that challenge. Chaplin. Useful ball in, and the header gathered comfortably enough by Lucas Kovalan.
Kipiano played really well. He's had a fantastic game, as you said, against two outstanding players. There's to be said, Amari Hutchinson and Wes Burns. He's been up to the task on both of those occasions, and the supporters are frustrated. Kieran McKenna is frustrated. However successful this season will be, if they lose today, which is looking likely, it's a blip on his credentials. Kieran, I think he's an outstanding coach, but he would not have seen this coming.
The English FA Cup has produced some huge shocks down the years. Trying to think of some. Yeovil Sunderland, you'd have to be a good age to remember that one back in the 50s, but that was seismic. Wrexham against Arsenal from a good few years back as well. Sutton United beating Coventry, another one that springs to mind, but this is right up there with them. They've got just a few seconds to endure now, Maidstone, but under real pressure now, and once again the header won't fully extend Lucas Kovalan. A clap of the hands from George Elokobi, and they might just finally be there now, Darren Ambrose.
That could be enough. We'll hold on to it for as long as possible. We're counting down 15 seconds to go until the added 8 is over. They know it. There's a party atmosphere in the Maidstone. There's been all day. Corn knows it. He could be the hero once again. Absolutely unbelievable story.
Referee Anthony Taylor's had a look at his watch, several looks at his watch. The 8 additional minutes are up, and they've done it! Absolutely astonishing! Sam Corn with a winning goal. Lucas Kovalan, a hero. Must have been a dozen or more saves in that Maidstone goal. George Elokobi, how can he stay calm on the touchline? But great sportsmanship as he shakes the hand of all the Ipswich backroom staff. But for the players and the fans, a day they will never forget. It's a look of almost disbelief there from the Brazilian goalkeeper. Sensational stuff.
Wow, 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 is all you can say to that. Heroes, every single one of them, starting with that man, George Elokobi. Absolute heroes. They've made history come into this moment, the 4th round. They've done it once again. He is looking at the crowd. He's looking for his chairman, no doubt, his family, George Elokobi. He has navigated 6th tier Maidstone against the teams, beating a team that are potentially in the Premier League next year.
He's looking for a rise in his salary, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets one. His first managerial role. The cup is still alive for Maidstone United. They wanted a Premier League club in this round. They got one that might well be next season. They may well get a Premier League tie in round 5, because take it all in, drink it all in. Maidstone United at the 6th tier of the English game, the National League South. What ambassadors they've been for their league, for the whole of the non-league scene. Their name is in the draw for the 5th round. Ipswich had so many chances, so many attempts, and they paid for missing some good opportunities, some bad luck as well in the first half when they hit the woodwork 3 times in that first period. But stoical, heroical defending from Maidstone United, and the 2 goals they scored, full of quality, and it's brought them to this momentous day and occasion. They'll be printing the t-shirts already. I was there. And Darren Ambrose, disappointed as a former Ipswich player. My thanks to him for his contribution today, but he will be pleased and happy that this non-league side too have had their day in the sun. And they've got another one to look forward to. Final score in front of a raucous 4,500 Maidstone United fans. It's finished. Ipswich Town of the Championship 1, National League South, Maidstone United 2.